In this video, BC is going to take his SaltFork Craftsman, the state of Oklahoma's blacksmithing group, in case you want to look that up. I'm going to take their $200 swage block that you can buy brand spanking new off of their website and have it delivered even on my fancy SaltFork Craftsman, they didn't make it, I did, bracket to hold it into the anvil. Use that side right there to forge out a shovel head. There's been quite a few guys here local that's got these swage blocks. I brought some back from Oklahoma. My son's brought back some from Oklahoma. And I thought I'd put together a little video to show how I hammer one of these out using this SaltFork Craftsman swage block. So that's what we're going to do. Hang on, we'll be right back. I have this pattern here. My pattern is right at 5.5 inches wide and right at 10.5 inches long. Now this is a lot bigger than I expect was meant for this swage block. However, it does make a nice size shovel that I find is very handy around the coal fire and very handy around the fireplace. So first thing I did was I clamped that onto some stock, cut me out a few blanks with my plasma cutter. I don't bother cleaning up around the edges of these because you just well wait till you get done pounding them out. Like that one there's got a little bitty blurb in it right there. It's no big deal. After you get it hammered out, there's one right there. You can, after you get it all hammered out, then you can clean it up, because very seldom do I get it centered perfect in that form on the swage so as to hammer it out perfect. So you got to do a little finish work to it afterward. You do it with a grinder, a flap disc and a grinder, or just a file, either one. So that's the layout. I'll put this camera up for a little bit, get me a coal fire going, and hammer one out. Well, we got the fire going. Got my fancy swage block bracket on my anvil here. Got the piece in the fire. I need a pair of tongs to hold it with, and a hammer. And a hammer. I like using a ball peen. I can get up in that round area with that ball peen. And first off, I'm going to need this end of the anvil, because I'm going to work on this end of the shovel first, the round end. And you'll see as that goes along just exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we'll get a good even heat on the back side of this. Center it as good as we can. Start knocking it down in there. Don't get too out of hand with it before you bring it up. Like I said, because my form is a little bit bigger than probably what was meant for this, I got to bring it out to the anvil quite a bit. pretty much from start to finish, it's just a matter of taking it into the block, hammering out the bottom shape, and then bring it out onto the horn and onto the flat later on and refine the curves. The swage block does not give you the final shape. It gives you a form to go to start with. Now I'm going to start working the flat side of that just a little bit. So I want to slide this down to this end of the anvil so I can work on the back side of the anvil there. Now keep it centered on there. Get it back up in where it was setting. Close as you can. And they're starting to take shape. I got some hammer blows off center a little bit there. Got some scars that I don't want. I think I can work those out of there. It's pretty thick steel. I'm going to refine those bends just a little bit. The bends on this swage block come up quite a bit, and I put them just a little bit sharper than what that block has them, but that block sets them for me. That's one side. Got some of them dents and dings I put in there. This is one place where that German style anvil really comes in handy. Now I'm going to work that in just a little bit more now that I've got it sitting down in there flat. These shovel heads are a lot like everything else you forge, scrolls especially. You get to a point where you have to quit. You have to accept it. That's what you're going to get. It's not going to do you any good to beat on it any longer. I think I'm going to go back to my smaller ball peen hammer so I can get right down in there. bottom of that form. This work right here will really bring that back in up in the air. Because you're stretching that metal out down low. Now I'm just trying to get the final shape into it. Get some symmetry in the sides. It fits my form real nice. I don't think we need to go any farther there. That's a pretty nice shovel blank. I think I'm done with the swage block. I think I'll just take it off and do just a little bit more work on the other end of that anvil. And then we'll call it done as far as hammering out the shovel head. Then comes the riveting it onto a handle, which is no big deal. There, that's a lot better. Flatten out that bottom a little bit. And there we go. All that's left of that shovel is just to, I'll probably just use a file because it's not very bad. Take a file and go around that edge, clean it up a little bit, clean up the front end, make sure that these sides are about the same height. I think they're off just a little bit, but not by much. It's hard to get it centered just perfect. Then, like I say, just I'll rivet on a handle, probably use 16 penny nails. 16 penny nails has held up a lot of houses over the years. I'm sure that they will work as rivets on the shovel head for quite a while. I'm rambling. I'm done. That's all there is. That's all you're going to see. There ain't no more. So just go back to whatever it was you were doing. But I'm glad you come along for this little bit of a ride. Y'all take care now and have what's going to be a Merry Christmas, unless you're watching this sometime in June. And then Christmas is over, so what the hell are you going to do about that? Later. Those boys are just a little bit late going south.